looks like it's going live. It's going to take a second. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my somewhat occasionally weekly stream. I am joined once again by my actually very regular co-host, Cybernetic Pink Eye.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, no.
How are you? Fine, thank you.
When start asks my father. Now.
Mayhaps some indication.
So, obviously, you can probably guess from today's title that we're going back to Dragon Age 2, with Griffin making all of the choices, and I think he's actually made it a personal mission to specifically pick the ones that are gonna hurt.
Not the ones that are gonna hurt, just things that are different. You know, just things that I personally would do.
So all
just
of the
because
things...
they're different from your personal choices doesn't make them wrong.
I didn't say they were wrong. I said that they will hurt. Those are two different things. You know, the truth hurts sometimes, you know.
I mean, fair enough.
Hey, Phoenix. Actually, shortly before I even got started today, someone subscribed to the channel, like, and I got the notification on OBS, Cybernetic Hype. And I was like...
I claim no responsibility for this.
But hello, people. Here after a long shift at work. Well, thanks, Phoenix. Sorry that it was a long shift at work, I suppose. Well, I mean, as long as you're getting paid for the long shift. As long as you're being compensated what you're actually due for the work that you do. Which is to say, at least a living wage, if not considerably better.
Yeah, with any luck, hopefully you'll be able to enjoy a 3-day weekend.
Who are you with? I am with Cybernetic Pink Eye, as I said before. But if you came in after my saying that, that's all good. It says, okay. But yes, he is my regular co-host. He's usually on the channel. Obviously, I have started off on this screen with the advertisement for Starburst. The Lure of Lias is going to be playing tomorrow, barring my health deteriorating, because today my health is not so great, but I'm like, I'm gonna be playing my favorite game, so I may as well go ahead with it. But my plan is for tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Central, which is 5:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be continuing Starburst, which it's reached a very interesting point in the story. We're kind of heading out for, I guess, what would technically be the end game of the prologue area. It's nice to meet it's nice to meet you, bro, says Winter Como Plays.
Well, likewise.
Being paid and I'm fine. Excellent. Alright. But yeah, no, today's been interesting. This morning was nice and busy. I slept for most of the day, so for those of you who don't know that I'm a night owl, now you know. And woke up, felt like absolute garbage. And I was like, oh, God, am I going to have to spend yet another week not streaming? And I was like, I may as well try and push through.
Yeah.
I can't make about 99% of Sundays. I work at a restaurant. Yeah, Sundays are kind of, like, weekends are particularly restaurant-heavy days. Someday you should draw yourself.
She actually does that more frequently than you would think.
Yeah, pretty regularly. It is, after all, my banner, as well as also technically my internet persona of Lorelei, which is in the Ballad of Lorelei, which you can find on Sirenia Studios.
Yeah.
But I do, in fact, draw myself. That said, the characters on screen, I mean, I did draw Lyrinus, the boy on the right. And actually, the art featured in the center there of the entire team thus far was drawn by Serena Midori, who is also in the campaign as the lovely lady in the middle left. The character being Halem, not Serena Midori, but that is the character that she plays, and that player did the art for that.
Yeah. And the illegitimate love child of Big Bird and a Jawa over there is my character, Koshi.
Koshi, who has become something of an unofficial mascot of this campaign.
Listen, none of us are going to argue the fact that Lyranus is the mascot of the campaign.
He is the escort mission of the campaign.
I mean, ¿por qué no los dos?
Koshi is absolutely... I think I'm noticing they are absolutely a fan favorite.
Well, thank you.
They all look absolutely gorgeous and amazing. Yes, they do. And a lot of that is definitely because Serena Midori is a fantastic artist.
She absolutely fucking is.
And I need her to draw more, but, I mean, obviously it's one of those... I'm not going to lay the pressure on someone like that. But or a pressure on someone to do art when it's not in the right creative mood for that, speaking as someone who does art. It's not fun to be in the position of, oh, I don't fucking want to draw. You sound very gorgeous. Well, thank you. I have a voice, and occasionally I use it.
Most recently, she used it for an animation where she provided the voice of Lady... What's her face?
Dimitrescu. Yes, if you check out Mugi Mikey, if you know who that is, and if you don't, it's like Mugi Mikey. His channel, he just posted an animation. It is on the slightly NSFW side, but it was fun. I lent my voice to that, and it turned out pretty good for a relatively short video, anyway.
Yeah.
Koshi looks like Kaneko, the guy who used to do D&D animatics on YouTube and did D&D cooking-based animatics for time. I know him. His animations are awesome and funny. Hello, Rabrina. Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of his animations, and I'm even gonna say this, right? His humor for his animations, they are it's a shade or two off of my personal preference when it comes to humor, which is not to say that it's not funny, but it's more
crass.
I guess crass. I mean, which is not like, it makes it sound like I'm condescending to it. It's just, it's not my flavor of humor. And in some places, I do think that it pushes the boundaries a little bit. But that's me, and that's just how I operate when it comes to my humor. Yeah. I think that a lot of people have... There's a reason why he does relatively well with his animations.
Oh, yeah. And I'll even say, like, your tastes and your tastes in that regard were definitely reflected with your portrayal of the good lady in that animation.
Oh yeah, I love that tonally she was dramatically different from Sonic in that.
Yeah, she was not having it.
Well, and whereas like Sonic was like super bright energy and, well, what he was, Lady Dimitrescu was very much the reserved, I'm talking through my teeth, and you are not going to get what you want, kind of thing. Thank you, Winter Como Plays. I had fun recording for that. I will say this, the get dunked on line was an improvisation. I added a handful of those. I handed some of those over in when I was passing in my lines to Mike. So that I'm glad to see that made it in.
Oh yeah, like I always love it when little like improv things make it into the final cuts of things.
Oh yeah. Even if it's like an outtake or something along those lines. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm going to be switching over here, and I'm actually going to load up the game that this stream is actually titled for.
Might be a good idea.
And yes, I will in fact be sharing screen with you, Griffin, no worries.
Much appreciated.
I just have to open it first.
Yeah.
I should probably update my background here. I mean, I like it for what it is, but I think I can make it shinier.
Yeah.
Alright, Dragon Age 2. Dragon Boogaloo? Alright.
The Reckoning, spelled W-R-E-C-K.
Well, I mean, you know. Alright, let us. Alright.
Number 16, Burger King foot lettuce.
So this has been,
Oh, great googly moogly, it's all gone to shit.
I guess that's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
So I've actually been playing a different campaign in this game. I've actually played a couple of different campaigns in this game. But yes, now it's time to return to Peregrine Hawk, who turned out gorgeous, honestly.
And her trustful steed, Pinky.
My god. I had forgotten. And I oughtn't have. I have to change my... I've gotten so used to the fucking... Inquisition, because I moved on to Inquisition at some point. I have to reacquaint myself with the controls for this game. Oh, fuck. Alright. Oh, are those her weapons? Okay, yeah. I'm like, God, I got so used to playing a fucking mage. Since this is an alternate universe playthrough, does that mean that thumb would be called toe or finger? No, it's pinky.
In this game, yes, it is in fact Pinky.
Oh, if you're talking about if it were an alternate universe where the Origins timeline is also different. I don't know. Maybe it's just...
I did opt for toe as an option at one point, but then decided, like, with this one, Pinky might be a little more ironic.
Maybe the official Mabari of Origins in this timeline would be Digit.
Maybe the official Mabari were the friends we made along the way.
Alright. Cool. Digging around in random crates. And I think that we were actually about to just check in. Yes, we were. Cool.
Yeah, if memory serves, I think we were starting on those quests to get enough money for the expedition.
Well, that's the entire act. But specifically, we were about to go ahead and find our way to a certain character.
Will everyone please just...
Who I'm guessing we're not going to be romancing on this playthrough.
We shall see.
My mother's in labor. The baby's come early. If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
I'm looking for someone. Can I help, or I'm here to shop?
Well, remind me, were we looking for a specific person for our quest?
Yes, we were looking for Anders.
Okay, well, in that case, I think we'll probably get straight to the point.
Okay. God, she is gorgeous. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No worries.
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden. Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of slew the Archdemon to save us all. Fat lot they care here. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden?
The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden?
A
Well, he's
Walden.
not now, and busy enough
Sorry.
without answering fool questions about...
I mean, it was very, like, chimney sweep-esque Mary Poppins delivery, so...
Like, it wasn't even just a thick accent. It was a Walden. Like,
It was about the
Lord.
caliber of Balp's British accent.
Balp. But
Yeah.
yes. Oh. Oh, come on, sweetie. Oh, he's doing so good. Well, Garrus is feeling better, I say, as he actually, unfortunately, ends up horking it a little. Whoopsie.
Yeah.
I'll take care of that, but...
So yeah, let me see here. From the options, I imagine maybe not being a bother would be a good one. Fairly neutral.
So I won't bother him?
Yeah.
Then I'll only ask very smart questions. I do not joke, Sarah. You see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children. He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
Do we want to ask about lose him to the Templars?
I think that might be a good one to delve into, just to get the lore
You
out of the
mean
way
he's
for
an
anyone
edge?
not familiar.
Would I stick my neck out for some purveyor of hensbane and leeches?
We would never turn someone over to the Templars, mistress. Never.
He doesn't want to be locked in the gallows just for using the gifts the Maker gave him.
Yeah, the baby is actually doing a lot better. He was not feeling so great a couple of weeks ago. Actually, even just like a week ago. But it was about a couple of weeks now. But we were able to take care of it. I'll say this, I think I even mentioned this before, but when your cat is dealing with an upset tummy that won't go away, you can always, I mean, especially if they're clearly at the point where they're no longer able to hold down food, you might actually try some baby food. Human baby food, as long as it's like actually just protein based, like meat based, like not mixed with other things, and certainly not something that's purely plant based. It can actually do a lot because baby food is literally meant to be gentle for tummies, and the same applies for cats. You don't want to make a consistent diet out of it, but it can at least help keep the stomach full with food and make it a little bit easier to recover. Because I know that once I get in the loop of just constantly emptying my stomach, it becomes impossible to stop throwing up when I'm not eating anything.
And that's on the internet forever.
Yes. No, okay, it's a thing. For me, if I get, it's a not uncommon thing. Why are you acting like that's something to be ashamed of?
No, it's not something to be ashamed of.
Okay, now that's on the internet forever? Anyway.
I'm just wondering if you consider that to be TMI or anything.
It's not an easy conversation kind of thing to have. I'm just saying, making it into a bigger deal than it is, I think, actually worse. So, I'm just saying, for anyone who gets caught in that kind of loop, it's better if you can get something in there. Like, even just crackers, which is usually pretty good, although for cats, you don't want to give them crackers. I swear I'm not a snitch. Well, if I get into a cat, that information is good to know. Yeah, I'm just offering. I mean, it's just casual advice anyway. But it did work. It did the trick. And after that, I actually got some specifically prescribed canned food for the baby, and that helped him. He went from, oh, I can maybe nibble a little bit, to I am eating this entire thing now. So he's doing significantly better now.
Yeah.
So
I think we're probably going to go the sort of angelic, I mean him no harm,
Oh, yeah.
Your healer is in no danger from me.
No maid should suffer for an accident of birth.
I suppose it isn't my secret to keep. Anders has certainly been free enough with his services. Refugees in Darktown know to find the healer, look for the lit lantern. If you have need enough, Anders will be within.
Dude never leaves.
Yeah, how you fit a whole dude in a lantern?
Well, I mean, maybe he's actually a fairy.
I was gonna say, maybe we're delving into genie territory. Also, is that a fucking katana? Okay, yeah. So for whatever reason, the sword just seemed curved from that one angle.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
My mother. Don't let her lose another baby.
You see the next step, Gordon?
So, there's nothing that we want to necessarily buy here. Although it might be a good idea to stock up on some health potions.
Not a bad idea.
Can also nab one of these.
I haven't eaten all day.
So here's a question.
Here's an answer.
Here is a donation box, and you can give up to 5 sovereigns, or you can do like a minimal amount. I don't think it has much of an impact on the rest of the game, but we have 8 sovereigns right now, and we're going to make that back pretty easily. That said, do you want to make a donation?
Let's see. We need to get 50 sovereigns in the Stark, correct?
We need 50 sovereigns by the end of it, but you may remember from my playthrough we were well over 100 by the time we actually got to the end, and that's going to be the same case here.
True, though that was the direct result of your decisions, not mine.
That was the direct result of fighting every battle that I came across, looting everything that I could find, and then selling it.
That is fair. I mean, so long as I think we got shit to sell, it should be fine. So let's put in, you know what, fuck it, 5 sovereigns.
5 sovereigns? Cool.
Yeah. Feeling charitable.
And we'll make that back real fucking quick, I can tell you.
I mean, I say that, but it's real fucking easy to feel charitable when it's not your money.
Yeah, that's true. Don't worry, Hawk's used to being poor.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is fun.
Hey, we heard you in there asking about the healer. We know what happens to mages in this town, and it ain't gonna happen to him.
Thanks for the advice, Discount Abraham Lincoln.
So we can be like, I won't hurt him, and like, oh, are you threatening me? We can threaten back with back off, or we can default to Bethany, and...
Question, who's Bethany?
The sister standing to her left.
Gotcha. Sorry, it's been a hot minute. So.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's the sister who is a mage, because we are playing a rogue on this playthrough, whose feet are evidently embedded in the fucking ground, so that's cool.
I mean, to be fair, like, this half of the city is sand, so I can't exactly fault them for getting stuck.
Yeah, a little bit. So.
I mean, here's the thing. Bethany played a role in us negotiating shit with, finding Anders before. Let's hear what she has to say.
Okay.
Look, we're Ferelden's just trying to keep out of the Templar's sight, same as you.
Ferelden? But your clothes. I figured you for a Kirkwaller, sorry. Make her bless the rule of our Queen Honora.
Yeah, that worked out.
Discount Abraham Lincoln.
Well, am I wrong? Like, he looks like one of those like Chinese bootleg color swap action figures.
You're not wrong, no. Alright, so let's see, we have a few options. Right, okay. So do you want to go straight to locating Anders?
I think since that is our top goal right now, we might as well, head that way and maybe look at any side quests that pop up along the way.
I know that the Amel household, or there's a quest that fits in with the Amel family, and it's something that also ties into Bethany's personal quest, so.
Yeah.
Hey, Shakarian. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. I apologize, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay.
Yeah, but for the time being, let's go ahead and focus on getting to know Anders, getting to know all about Anders.
Getting to know all about him.
Exactly.
Getting to hate him, hoping that he hates
hoping that he
me.
won't explode.
Actually, I think given this character's eventual likely route, well, we'll see. Also, yeah, I caught what you did there. Alright. Getting used to these controls again.
I still can't get over those fucking hatchets that you have. I love them. Like, you know what it is? It feels like they're hatchets that have this, like, the symbols of the stones from the Fifth Element carved into them.
Those shits better pay up.
Okay.
You mean the ones that have become plaster on the ground?
I still love that they dissolve into the earth, at least in
Inquisition.
They, like, you watch them evaporate into the air.
Yeah, they fucking evaporate into goddamn Baja Blast. And here they just get eaten by fucking tremors. Or graboids, rather. I still need to show you the rest of those fucking movies.
Do you?
I mean, if all goes according to Keikaku, it's gonna be unavoidable.
So, just as you can see, that's a little bit of that's the companion side quest for Bethany, the ML estate. So, this works out really well, because it's literally right there, so.
I mean, you know, fuck it, yeah.
Don't worry, we'll have a chance to after this.
Ah, look, he's got the Vicks Vapo Rub. He knows what he's doing. Sim sim salabim.
I have made this place a sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it?
Easy, Seabiscuit.
So,
I mean, I think at this point the priority is getting him the coolest jets, so we mean no harm.
I'm just here to talk.
We're interested in getting into the deep roads. Rumor has it you were a warden. Do you know a way?
See, Varric handled it for us.
Me back. I'm not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat. Also,
no worries, we found it.
He hated the deep roads.
So, do we want to...
I mean, we might as well address the cat in the room.
He's not in the room at the moment, actually. But...
You had a cat named Sir Pouncelot in the deep roads.
He was a gift. A noble beast. Almost got ripped in half by a genlock once. He swatted the bugger on the nose. Drew blood, too. The blighted warden said he made me too soft. I had to give him to a friend in Amaranthine.
At least nice to know he's living his best life.
Yeah, probably. Continuing to fight the Darkspawn.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty clear what he's doing here.
I think, what are you doing here, as in, like, why are you in Kirkwall?
True. Even so, I think we might as well go with the, can one actually fucking leave the Wardens?
I've always heard that joining the Wardens is for life.
That's only partly true. The hopelessly tainted by the Darkspawn and plagued by nightmares about the Archdemon parts don't go away. But it turns out, if you hide well, you don't have to wear the uniform or go to the parties.
I always wondered who got Sir Pounce. You know, I kind of ended up assuming that it was Nathaniel, to be quite honest, but, like, I mean, he was also another Grey Warden, but he was also not exactly someone that you could ever see as going soft, so, I don't know, it's hard to say.
But yeah, in this case, I think, since he's already sort of defensive, like, we might as well make it worth his time.
Let me buy your information?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm part of an expedition to the deep roads, and I'll pay to find an entrance.
If I wanted money, I've been going about it all wrong. You can't imagine what I've come through to get here. I'm not interested, although, a favor for a favor. Does that sound like a fair deal? You help me, I'll help you.
I love you can tell when I am hurt by something, because it's like, okay.
Yeah. I also love that you could tell that, like, he wasn't finished with the line, but they cut it there before going on to the next line.
Well, he did cut himself off.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's one of those things where when you spend enough time mixing, you can realize, okay, so they cut this part here to make it sound like the sentence stopped there.
It did, though. He actually, I know what you're talking about, but he did, what it was probably is they ended up clipping it a little bit too soon, because here's the thing, the time between lines, because of the way that they play, the way that it has to be coded, there has to be line of dialogue and then next audio file that then gets to play. So in this case, because there is a delay in between those audio files that would make it sound less natural, they probably trimmed it as close as they possibly could so that it does sound like he's actually cutting himself off.
Yeah.
But
sorry, didn't mean to pull the emerald curtain back there. It's one of those things that's impossible for me not to notice.
Right.
But in this case, I think we will go with... I mean, we might as well not scare him away, so we'll go with yes.
Help my expedition reach the deep roads, and I'll do whatever you need.
You don't ask for my terms. What if I were asking for the Knight Commander's head on a spike?
Is that what you ask?
You decide. I have a warden map of the depths in this area, but there's a price.
I told you I was willing to pay.
I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend, a mage, a prisoner in the wretched gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
So there are some there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Again, I don't mean to keep cutting you off there. So let's find out who this mage is.
Tell me about your friend.
His name is Karl Feckler. He was sent here from Ferelden when Kirkwall's circle required new talent. His last letter said the Knight Commander was turning the circle into a prison. Mages are locked in their cell, refused appearances at court, made tranquil for the slightest crimes. I told him I would come.
So do we want to ask about the circle being a prison?
I mean, I imagine our sister knows all about it.
Okay.
So, in that case, let's continue to investigate. And let's see. Let's go with how did the Templars find out? Because that's a crucial detail.
What do the Templars know of your plans?
I don't know. I had been exchanging notes with Karl through a maidservant in the gallows. Then the letters stopped coming.
That might do it.
Yeah.
So, what is your plan exactly?
Sorry, distracted by cat.
How do you plan to break him out of the gallows?
I'm hoping it won't come to that. I sent Karl a message to meet me in the Chantry tonight. Maker willing, he'll be there, alone. But if there are Templars with him, I swear I'll free him from them, whatever the cost.
I mean, help him escape the circle is fairly self-explanatory. So, let's go with... You want me to help fight the Templars?
I'm not sure about attacking Templars. I might rather take my chances with the Darkspawn.
If we fight the Templars, it is because they decide that anyone who befriends a mage deserves death without questioning.
As just as his cause is, it scares me. I don't want to give the Templars another reason to hunt us.
These are my terms. If you want my aid with your expedition, meet me in the Chantry tonight. I have sent word to Karl to be there. Maker willing, we will all leave free men.
You want me to become a man?
I mean... I'm flexible.
Well... That's fair. I have to resist hitting the fucking search button. Because there's not a search button in this game.
Let's go in and see why Gamlin lied.
You know what we should do? Oh, we can't. Do we want to go in there, or do we perhaps want to go and recruit Aveline?
I'd say let's go with this. Something tells me, you know, the guardswoman might not approve of us breaking and entering.
That's fair. Snitches get stitches. Or they get exploded into tiny little bits, but you know.
Yeah. Whichever comes first.
Griffin and
the Ferelden... Go ahead.
Griffin in Dragon Age says trans rights. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I do.
Damn straight. Trans rights.
Griffin in anything says trans rights.
Damn straight. That was an incorrect way of putting that.
God damn it.
Darn Skippy. There we
darn
go.
tootin'. I turned into fucking Hank the cow dog there for a second.
Hi. Oh, God.
Anyway, how's your sex life? Did he fucking bleed green?
He was he's setting poison on his weapons.
This dude really be doing the do. God. Remember those fucking commercials?
No.
I'm trying to think, was it Gatorade or Powerade that had everyone sweating color?
I don't recall, and I don't care to.
Fair enough.
Oh, hi there! I mean, I'm standing right inside of you. I don't know why you're not already angry.
I mean, he doesn't get paid enough to care.
That's true. Workers' Revolution.
Yeah, he's essentially the Slaver Institute equivalent of a Walmart greeter.
Can I help you?
How can I help you? Die!
I just realized that I do have an additional fighter available.
Better late than never, Pinky. I just realized Pinky was also the perfect name because we can also give the dog a bad British accent.
Oh my god.
Say, Pyrogan, what are you going to do tonight? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over for Eldon.
Portrait of your mother.
Oof.
The Amel crest. Mother described it, but this is the first time I've seen it. Wouldn't it feel like something to live in a house with this above the door?
It's truly sad what happened to the Amels, isn't it? Basically, this entire thing talks about how the Amel in the Dragon Age Origins, the mage origin in Dragon Age Origins, was actually from Kirkwall. And is actually kind of directly second cousins to Hawk. So they are actually directly connected with each other.
That's convenient.
Especially in this playthrough.
Oh, yes.
Given that this is still based on Evelyn's playthrough. I thought you might go to the Pinkie Pie route, but Pinky in the brain also works. You know.
Narf, motherfucker.
I am also going to quickly message someone about something.
It's fair. I'm gonna take a sip. Water bottle ASMR.
I mean, I've already been taking drinks here and there.
Yeah. Recently, I've been on a kick of trying different, like... You know those little bottles that sell, like, flavoring you can squirt into tap water? I've been buying a lot of different types of those recently.
Oh yeah, those are really handy. As well as the powder kind.
Yeah, the newest one I bought today was like it's like a pineapple mango.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really tasty.
Oh, that's right. I can actually track these now.
Yeah? You're out of a job, Varric.
Damn right he is.
To be fair, I think he likes it that way. Despite him always saying, I love it when you do that. And for whatever reason, I made Varric sound more like Snake there.
Didn't like that, did ya?
Hawk, I'm trying to defuse the trap, but I'm tummy thick. And the sound of Bianca clinking against my ass cheeks is alerting the guards.
I still love when he fucking holstered it
Yeah.
into his ass.
Okay, for context, there was a bit in DA3 when I was watching lore play, and Bianca, which is the name of the crossbow that Varric holds, was unfolded, essentially, because it sort of stretches open when he fires it, but a glitch occurred where it didn't fold back up when he placed it on his back, so it was just poking right into his ass for a good minute or so.
I actually activated battle so that he would pull it out.
Unhealthy.
It is unhealthy! It is very much so, Varric. I'm glad you're seeing the error of your ways.
pull it out and then put it back in and actually retract the fucking hooks this time.
I mean, I said it before, and I'll say it again. He knows what he likes.
I knew I should have slit his throat.
There's a way to remedy that. Oh, look at that. The real Ash Ketchum.
Hi.
Bye.
God damn!
Pinky packs a punch.
Maybe they really like it that way.
You got a license for that weapon?
Yeah.
We can claim suicide when he popped like a zit, Varric.
Well, I mean, it's the whole running at... I mean, I hate to put it this way, but it's like the suicide by cop thing.
All set.
They had it coming.
Oh, no. No. Okay, I immediately want to dispel that after what I just said. People
God,
will...
I didn't even make the connection. Shit. Wow. Okay, backtrack there.
Yeah, I don't want to support that idea.
Oh, no.
Because, you know, a cab, right? So...
Well, that too is on the internet forever now. God damn it.
Congratulations.
Congratulation, a winner is me.
Okay. Alright.
Jesus. I still can't get over last night when I called that fucking bear.
Oh god, yeah, so we were in Inquisition, and I had been fighting bears, and I was like,
That's the vault.
no, that's not what I was like.
That's a door, sis. Very different. But
anyway,
yeah,
yes,
Lord...
we were fighting a whole bunch of like different creatures, and bears kept showing up, and bears are scary to me in that game. They are actually pretty fucking powerful. And I think it was like I saw a red dot, or no, I didn't even see that. It was we were rounding a corner, and Griffin actually joked in that immediate moment.
Watch there be a bear around the corner. And sure enough, there's a fucking fennec followed closely by a fucking bear.
Congratulations. You've redefined your legacy. Congratulations. Yes, Congratulations.
You may be a winner. Click here to earn an iPod Nano.
You have invented a new kind of stupid and, a damage you can never undo kind of stupid, and open all the cages in the zoo kind of stupid. Truly, you didn't think this through kind of stupid.
I see you.
I mean, I'm not exactly being subtle here, and I think that's exactly what Phoenix was referencing.
I mean...
Everything we want to know about our family, Bethany? Really?
Uh-huh.
Everything, including the fact that there's a fucking ogre head mounted above the door?
My God, you're right. I never could have imagined our family had wardrobes.
Grandfather Amel's will and testament.
This is it. Father's will.
She leveled.
Mother needs to see this as soon as possible.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. I think we've sort of pressed our luck in terms of, like, what we can access here, so let's go.
Yeah, we've already gotten everything we need.
We'll take it to her right now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody!
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality. It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
You should be paying us, Uncle. We found the will.
He forgave you, Mother. Grandfather left you everything. Here, read it.
I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her, the estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
Keep reading.
Check out the part where Gamlin is left only a stipend, to be controlled by you.
Gamlin, how could you?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
Hello, Ian, and thank you. Yes, obviously, I appreciate the reference to "You'll be back."
You could have waited a fucking minute.
So, did you wait 1 minute?
Yeah.
I doubt you let the ashes get cold.
I took care of Father. I stayed. And on his deathbed, all he could talk about was Leandra. Look, sister, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And there's nothing I can do to get it back.
I don't expect that, Gamlin. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make her willing, you'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that attitude. Like, anytime someone starts shit like, "You're not good enough," and it's like, well then, I better start making myself good enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bitch, I'm the one with the hatchets and the dog. I've gotten more than you.
And even better, it's in her case, you can tell why she was the favorite.
Yeah. Mainly because she wasn't a walking piece of shit.
I mean, it's also one of those, if parents choose a favorite, that does actually create problems. The resentment is understandable.
Oh, that much is true.
And here's the thing. If you're raised as the favorite, it's kind of like being born white. You don't notice that you've been given more advantages than other people. And so it's a lot easier to be good and on the straight and narrow when you have support, from your parents no matter what you do. That builds confidence growing up. Versus if you're always in the shadow of someone else, that can make you feel very insecure and like you need to kind of, validate yourself however you can. So it's understandable why Gamlin turned out the way that he did, but you can also, and Leandra's grace in this situation, her confidence that she can easily reclaim the estate, like, that comes from being the favorite. But it is still the graceful way to respond to someone who's being a little shit like that.
Yeah, because here's the thing. It's one thing to understand why someone turned out the way they did. It's not an excuse. It's like me giving this dude a free pass because of that situation is like me being sympathetic towards Cruella de Vil because her mom got killed by Dalmatians. Oops, spoilers.
Keep it down, dog.
He's breathing!
All that noisy dog breath, day in, day out. Make him stop.
How about I make you stop?
Stop it is actually aimed at the dog.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you, is what I'm thinking.
Well, pardon my dog for breathing. If you think you can stop him, be my guest.
There. Isn't that annoying?
And here's the thing, when a dog's panting like that, it's because he's hot.
Yeah. Motherfucker doesn't have sweat glands, asshole.
And we live in a fucking hovel, so it's your fault that he's panting like that.
Yeah.
So we can actually talk with Gamlin, and he kind of does the emotional follow-up to that conversation. We can talk with Mother, and there's the emotional follow-up to that conversation. And Bethany has a giant fucking quest marker hanging out over her head, so...
Let's talk to the dog.
We already did.
I know what I said.
Okay, but which bitch are we talking about here?
Let's talk to Mom. I give two shits about what Gamlin has to say.
When I told your grandmother I was marrying your father, she threatened to disown me. She said my children would be mongrels. My father wanted to lock me in, but she told him it's her life, let her ruin it. I wrote to her when each of you were born. She never wrote back. I'm glad she didn't die hating me.
I don't think she really ever hated you, unfortunately. It's just one of those, like, because she was a rich bitch, like, she was accustomed to certain things, and near the end of her life, I imagine maybe she knew what was more important. Doesn't excuse it, but even so. I think hate might be a strong word here.
So she never hated you?
Yeah, if nothing else, it makes her feel better.
Grandmother didn't want you to leave. She tried holding on to you the only way she knew.
She would have been so proud of you. You're everything she wanted in an Amel grandchild. She might have had a hard time accepting it at first, but she would have loved you, all three of you. Carver. He was such a little boy. Never had a knee that wasn't scraped or trousers without holes.
It's not a spoiler if nobody is going to see it. It's such a dumb motivation
Exactly.
to want to kill dogs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the entire internet knows about it at this point. Yeah, at this point, let's... I mean, she was a bit of a bitch to us earlier about it, like, blaming us. But at this point, I think what she needs, and especially what I think will motivate her to push forward with getting the house back, will be... I miss him too.
He was so young. Never got to be the man he wanted.
I just keep thinking there's something we could have done. It's killing me. I remember that awful creature reaching down and 18 years of loving and feeding and raising and... that was it.
I mean, as much as I'm tempted by the middle one...
Oh, it's actually fine. I'll say this much. You're not going to offend her that much. I actually go with that one even on my diplomatic runs. I mean, sometimes I'm... You know, it depends on the mood I'm in, I suppose, at the time, but...
Well, I mean, I'll say this much. Maybe alleviating the conversation with a bit of humor might not be the worst idea, so fuck it. Let's go with the middle.
At least you're past the it's all your fault thing.
I'm sorry, love. I was distraught. I never really believed that. It's just... I miss him. There were 4 of us when the Blight began. It will never be over while there are just 3. I've written to the Viscount. I've an audience for after Bartrand's expedition leaves. I couldn't do anything for Carver, but with luck, I could at least give us a home.
I mean, I'll give her this. She apologized.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons why I often even pick that choice, is because it actually gets her to fucking apologize for shit. But also that, like, there were 4 of us when it began. It will never be over when there's only 3. And it's like, the Blight's over, bitch. It's done. There's no Darkspawn on the surface outside of, like, small little side groups.
Yeah. So I'll say this one. Mom 1, Gremlin -100.
So.
Might as well get things going with the quest.
Okay.
Why don't you go pick up something at the market? You could use some air.
What? Hey!
I can't believe Gamlin stole
What the
our 7
fuck
power
happened to your
inheritance.
hand?
I mean, I can believe it.
Like, was that just a texture thing, or?
Yeah.
Because it looked like she, like, it looked like, you know those instances where, like, you can tell, like, they have an animal movie and it's clearly not the animal's actual paw covering their face? It felt like that, but they ripped the arm off the Crypt Keeper.
It's a known thing that people respond to when they see this.
Jesus, fuck.
It's a texture thing.
Like, again, I don't mean the shit on the game. For the most part, it looks pretty good, but that just fucking caught me off guard.
Oh, God.
It's like one of the fucking trees from The Wizard of Oz reaching out. God. I'll say this, like, you're not anywhere near the fucking bullshitter he is. Don't compare yourself to him.
You're a better person than gambling could ever be.
Well, hopefully we'll be out of here soon. You know, when we went to look for that will, I thought we were doing it for Mother, for what she lost. I didn't realize how much it would mean to me. To know I had grandparents who didn't hate me.
I mean, that's just it. They didn't know you.
Yeah.
They might have been all right with the Ferelden thing. Just imagine if they'd known you were an apostate.
You're such a wretch.
You know it.
Just hoping it would be different this time. Here in Kirkwall. We're not running away again. We're coming home.
Damn right. So let's see. I mean, the two of us know him best. What would Carver have said at this point?
So you want me to pick that as option? Yeah. Okay.
What do you think Carver would have made of all this?
He would have hated this place. All the sneering nobles. He'd have gotten himself arrested the first day. And he would have wanted in on your Deep Roads expedition. Anything to make a name for himself.
Can confirm.
Sometimes I still can't believe he's gone.
Let's investigate.
So you don't want to ask why I avoid the circle?
It's pretty clear at this point that the circle is full of shit.
Okay.
Let's see. I mean, as we're... Yeah, no shit, you sound sad. But while we're reminiscing, what would it have been like?
Can you imagine if we'd grown up here? Being nobility?
Had grandparents who bought us Orlesian silk dresses with lace petticoats. Father was a good man, but Mother gave up so much for him. Of course, if she hadn't worked up the nerve to elope, she probably wouldn't have been able to resist the Templars either. If we'd been born here, you'd be nothing more to me than a name the Circle kept in my file.
Wow, thanks, sis.
No, I mean, that's just honest. She's saying that because literally I would not have gotten the chance to know you. They would have taken me as soon as magic manifested, so...
That's fair. Let's see. Let's go with return. And don't get too comfortable here.
Oof.
Let's see if Mother gets us that mansion. I don't want to call anywhere Uncle Gamlin is home.
Has he moved that bowl of porridge since we've been here? It's been a year.
Nah, that's just the limited texture budget.
Like to have a place of our own. I might even take the Circle if they'll give me a clean bed and my own sheets.
Aw, Garrus is eating the archway.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna do a quick thing and save.
Sounds good.
And what I'm actually going to do here is I'm actually going to, I have to step away for just a moment. I will be back pretty soon. It's just one of those time-sensitive kinds of things that I need to take care of. It should not take very long. However, I will leave the entertainment to you for a short moment. Go ahead and talk. And hi, Zach.
Alright, sounds good.
Be right back.
Okay. So, while we're doing that chat, I suppose I would be open to answering any questions you may have relevant to this playthrough, or just things in general. How goes thee, says Zach. Things for me are going pretty good. I think a while back I may have mentioned that my car was, up to, being repaired because the catalytic converter had been stolen. I managed to get it back this week, and it seems to be running, well, I can't say like a charm or like a dream or anything like that. It's still got some pre-existing shit that I have to deal with, but other than that, you know, it's working about as well as I remember it working, so I've I don't really have to worry about that factor anymore. Yes, good borkening to you too, sir. But yeah, a little mini Q&A while Laura's AFK. Good. I'll also say that this game series has grown more and more on me, like as I've played it with Laura. I think a major contribution of that has been Varric, because that smarmy asshole is like exactly my type of person. Like he can be a bit of a dick, but in the lovable kind of way. You doing anything new for your channel? I suppose. I'm currently working on, I'll say this much. I've got a song cover in the works. I'm going to be trying my damnedest to try and be getting it finished up within the next few days to see if I can get it up on either Memorial Day or the day after. I might not be able to do that, but I'll be doing my best. Have you gotten your vaccines? Yes, I am fully vaccinated at this point, which is a big relief considering what I do for my day job. For the uninitiated, I am a behavioral therapist for children with learning disabilities for most of the week. So I deal with a lot of kids, and kids, as you know, are walking germ farms. So I mean, I'm still like wearing a mask whenever I'm working with them. Obviously, you want to be careful, but yeah, it's pretty good. Is Unirob part of the cover? I wish. That dude is amazing. You should all go subscribe to Unirob. The dude makes amazing music. He's worked with all sorts of incredible people for good reason. He's a great composer, just all-around good guy. He's actually the guy who composed like the opening and ending themes for my in my Unpopular Opinion series. It was composed by him, sort of remixed by Comidrian. Both do fantastic musical stuff. You should check out their work. Highly recommend. But yeah, I will say one thing I want to be trying to do in terms of like different stuff is I want to put out song covers more frequently, because they have been very few and far between. I think the last major cover I did was my original lyrical adaptation of the Lupin the Third theme, which has gone over fairly well at this point. I want to say it's the most viewed video on my channel at the moment. But yeah, I want to try and do more stuff like that. I want to do more lounge music stuff, just stuff that will be a little less, I'll say this much, a little less vocally demanding than the current cover I'm working on. My workplace is starting to relax mask rules, but I'm still going to wear mine because people are gross. Yes, you absolutely should, Chikarian. People, even though like some people are loosening up mask policies and people are becoming a little more comfortable, I personally would encourage people to continue wearing masks, because this is a virus we're talking about, and viruses do in fact mutate. Especially the people living in the UK know this especially well because of their current unique strain of COVID. So please practice safety procedures, you know, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, wear a mask, use social distancing. We're not out of the woods yet. New South Wales has relaxed their mask rules. Again, that is somewhat concerning given, you know, UK strains of this. But yeah, I would heavily encourage like people who live in the UK. I know, Zach, you're not strictly speaking in the UK, but you know, be careful of the same, my dude. Exactly. Don't die from stupidity. Well said, Ian. Absolutely. Well put, Phoenix. But yeah. It looks like we've still got some time before Laura returns, so any other questions in the chat? Again, very much open. Oh, thank you, Shikari, and I do hope you consider it worth the risk, or worth the wait, rather. Yes, worth the risk of being a patron to me. I will say that applies, considering I don't put out as many, like, updates as I should. From what I knew, New South Wales has no recorded cases. Second, we should get one case rules. Sign of great attention. Yeah, I get you, man. Yeah, I also really need to get on top of putting updates on my Patreon, which I suppose that raises another question I might ask, because I know some of you are current patrons of mine, and I put this up on my Patreon at one point. For those of you who are current patrons of mine, what would you think of me making a patron-exclusive podcast? I've been toying with the idea for quite some time. I've been considering choosing like certain topics and maybe bringing some of my friends on to discuss those topics. But what would you guys say to that?
I say go for it.
Hi, welcome back. I apologize.
Hey. No, please. You did literally exactly what I asked you to do. I also kind of got to listen in briefly while you were talking about working on your song cover, which I think, from what I've heard, sounds fantastic, and you guys all should be hyped for that when it comes out.
Yeah, I'd hope. I mean, I would definitely be bringing Laura on for at least one episode of it.
So I apologize also for that little step away moment. I did have to give Sir Pounce his insulin, but thankfully we've switched up how we do it, and fortunately, I've actually simplified the process, and hopefully we should start seeing improvement. He is doing far better, the way that we're doing it now. Like, I've already seen an improvement. So, anyway, go ahead and finish what you were talking about.
I mean, that was just about it. I was just doing a bit of a Q&A thing.
Right.
I do see another question from Phoenix. Have you seen the new Pokemon Snap yet? I have seen it. I probably won't be playing it anytime soon because I'm personally trying to just keep spending to a minimum, and I probably won't be buying a Switch for a while, if ever. Mm-hmm. But it does look pretty cool. I'll say that much. As someone who owned the original for the N64, it looks like a pretty good, successor.
Yeah. So Bethany has further quest marker. Do we want to continue with that?
I think that's a good idea.
We found the portrait of the ML family.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
I think this is a picture of Mother. She looks like you.
Where did you get that? Was it at the estate? Let me see. Is it? I think this is Mother's betrothal portrait from when she was supposed to marry the Comte. Look! You can see the ring.
You seem excited.
You like it?
I love it. My whole life, Mother's always been so sad and worried. All because of my cursed magic.
Oh, come on.
I used to wish I had just been taken by the Circle, like our cousins. I could have been the hero of Ferelden. Maybe then Mother would have stopped second-guessing herself. It's nice to have a reminder of a time when she still knew how to smile.
I mean, again, it's a reference to the fact that the hero of Ferelden was, in fact, an Amel mage in the Circle. Yeah. Did Gamlen just vanish?
I mean, I would hope so. And part of me wishes... Oh, no, wait. No, we did push him the fuck out so he could buy shit.
It's true.
Part of me wishes we just fed him to Pinky, but...
Gamlen Amel. Payment is now 2 months late, Sarah. Interest accrues, as you are well aware. You will find yourself barred from our establishments unless payment is made. Think. No Betor, Card Sharp, or Numbers Runner in Kirkwall will deal with you. I certainly hope this matter is attended to before steps are taken. Let us avoid further unpleasantness. Gellard.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Shakarian asks, how's Garrus, by the way?
He's doing fine. Yeah, he's doing a lot better. He's actually, like, I just took him for his vet visit yesterday, and not only is he hydrated now. He's gained weight because he had actually lost quite a bit of weight when being sick. His numbers look good. He's considerably more responsive. I'll even say, like, when I took him out before to go to the vet, he barely put up any kind of protest. He was very quiet and subdued the entire time. Yesterday, he was yelling the second we left outside the door. So he is just fine. He's been eating happily and hungrily ever since. And
Nice.
hi, Sir Pounce. I already gave you your treat. You already got your treat. You were a good boy. You got your treat. You're not getting more. Hi, baby. Okay. I also love how I have this pause, is that it looks like she's trying very hard. Or either that or she is having the fart of her life.
I mean,
Given
¿por qué
how-
no los dos?
Given how that is billowing out behind her.
Dust in the wind. Also, I see you, Phoenix. Mark, you need money to pay the rent. Everything and everyone you know will be rent.
Rent, 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 rent.
God damn it.
We're not gonna pay rent. Alright, so...
that musical's tragic.
in many ways. So, we have a couple of options. Do we want to meet up with Aveline? Do we want to immediately go do the Anders recruitment thing? Because, like, again, it's implied this is all happening on the same day. So...
We might as well check in with Aveline just to make sure that she's not, you know, looking down on us currently, because it's been a hot minute since we had her in the party.
True. And we are actually going to want to have a fourth person with us.
Yeah.
Do it next to the wall. Should be a nice wall bench. I mean, I can't do that again, I don't think. I need to stop hitting.
So, a Lady Sunshine, what's your first act as a noblewoman going to be?
A noblewoman with no fortune and no title.
Looking for work, probably.
Practicality is for peasants, milady. You need to do something frivolous to celebrate your birthright.
Such as...
Come up to the Hightown Market and complain bitterly that there's no Orlesian silk that matches your eyes.
But what if something does match my eye? What will I do then?
Insist that they're blatantly copying you and demand royalties. A good noble always has a complaint ready, Sunshine.
Don't give her Karen lessons!
You know, oddly enough, I could ship it.
I could not. She is 19 and he is implied to be at least in his 30s at this point.
I retract my statement.
I don't know his specific age, but
Yeah, I mean that is a gap too expansive for my personal comfort zone. So I appreciate the insight into that detail.
besides which he's spoken for.
You're right. Bianca probably would not approve.
You can't miss the keep. It practically screams nothing fun ever happens here.
I also got the cats a new arch. It's like a little brush arch thing, kind of looks like a pipe cleaner, and it's bent over. And it's attached to this scratch pad, and as soon as I got it, and I got it built and I set it down on the floor, Sir Pounce immediately walked over, touched it with his paw, immediately started clawing the fuck out of the base, and then laid on top of it and then fell asleep. I think they approve.
Mayhaps. Also, those loading screens just made me realize another... Because, like, recently I've been telling you about certain aesthetics that really appeal to me. I just remembered another one. Like, molten metal filling up decorative molds. Yeah, like, usually when you see it in, like, the beginning of a movie or, like, the forging of a sword or something, and you just see the molten metal slowly filling up this decorative pattern. Like, that shit's my jam.
Look at this album cover.
I was gonna, you know, you ain't wrong. This also resonates Lady Dimitrescu energy.
Little bit. The eye color not helping.
I mean,
Alright.
Good day, Sarah.
or Lady Dominatrix, as most of the internet knows her these days.
Lady Mommy Milkers. Okay.
I mean, you said it, not me. I saw a post on Twitter the other day where it's like, it's a meme where someone's talking to her on the phone, but starts with her, and she's like, "We're tall and intimidating. Why are they so sexually attracted to us?" Cuts to Pyramid Head. Ah, you're the new one.
Uh-huh. That's true, though.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how training dummies are supposed to be dealt with.
I mean, you know what?
Anyway.
I've never been in the field, so I can't speak on it.
Aveline. Hello, Hawk.
That's
Perfect
it.
timing, I see.
What? Oh, right. Sorry. It feels like we just talked. I've been keeping an eye on you. Information
That's
is one of
not
the few
creepy.
perks of this job. Watch out for Bartland. He's a son of a bitch.
Most people in the city are. But yeah, roll back to that whole "you were spying on me" thing.
You know I don't like it when you have people watch me.
Saved me camping on your doorstep. After what we went through to get here, well, you're no child, but I take care of my friends.
Is that what we're calling
Places they
it?
have me patrolling, I've got time.
I mean, is eavesdropping really that useful?
A person in your position seems like they might learn some profitable things.
You know better than to ask that.
One day you'll be frustrated enough to go for it.
It's like I'm sitting on my hands. There are dangerous people in this city. In fact, I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise, I'm here if you need me. Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
Oh, let's investigate. I mean, Wesley seems like a bit of a sore subject, so let's probably go with, you know, she seems a little stir-crazy, so how about, do you miss being a soldier?
This must be a very different pace from serving King Kalen.
It's just one more change, though. The real end for me was Ostagar. You and Carver must have felt something similar. I don't know if that's right to say. I barely knew him.
I mean, you got a point, you're right.
Death on that scale certainly has a finality to it.
Sometimes I wonder.
Are you happy here?
Seems like Kirkwall suits you.
It has
Literally,
been a challenge.
in armor.
Lots of opportunity, if you're the type the locals want.
Are you?
If you argue enough, you kind of convince yourself.
Would you return to Ferelden?
The Blight is over. You could go back to Lothering.
That wasn't home for me. It was just where the Horde pressed us. It wasn't the first village I saw fall. But you don't get used to people losing everything.
You know what? I will say it was kind of sad to leave that way.
It's not how I wanted to say goodbye. I'll say that.
You can't go home again. That's supposed to be about maturity. It's not the same if you don't have the option.
And so you don't want to ask about, do you miss Wesley?
I mean, that seems a bit personal at this point.
Okay.
So, let's go with what's the job.
All right, Aveline. You have something worth doing?
My patrols may be empty walks in the dark, but there's something big coming up, and I could use you. An ambush, probably for a caravan, although I can't find any shipments that match up. Doesn't matter though. Highwaymen waiting for someone to rob. I'm putting a stop to it, my district or not.
Let's see. I mean, she has spies. We know that, so we know how she found out. But
Well, she doesn't have spies.
I guess she does when it comes to watching me.
She has men and other guards that she works with, but it's not the same thing as a spy. It's using your connection to literally patrol shit.
I mean, again, tomato. Who are we up against?
Do you have a name or anything else to go on?
Important. If we show up and they attack, they're bad. Simple as that. I'll wager it's smugglers, though. Like I said, seems like an obvious trap for a caravan.
Let's see. Why not tell the other guards?
Seems like you'd want to share this with your fellow guards.
I will, if you sit on your hands. I'll send my alerts, and someone else will lead a patrol. But there's profit and influence to be had. You're my friend, so I'm offering.
You know what? That is fair. Fuck it. Might as well find out how she found out.
You've been nosing around outside your commission.
I have contacts, and they're complaining about a lack of meat. Thugs and such. Someone is hiring. And one or two were told to prepare for travelers. You want to be good at this job? You pay attention to what's missing, and when people arrange escape routes.
You know what? I'm with you on this one.
Okay.
All right, Aveline. I'll play guard for you.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote and rough, but we can make good time with a shortcut this side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there. You're acting on behalf of the guard.
Which is the game's way of telling you, you have to have Aveline there.
Yeah. Fill up your party, dingus. Let's see. How are we doing with her on the friendship scale?
I can check that in a sec.
Yeah.
Hail of Arrows is the most useful. It literally creates literally a circle of arrows hitting the ground, preventing enemies from moving fast enough.
Yeah, death from above.
Oh, yes. So she's slightly on the friend side.
Yeah, well, we'll hopefully be able to improve that. I really hope we improve that with Varric.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Love the guy. He's my kind of asshole.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting there. The only reason why Bethany's as far is because she has... We've already tackled her personal quest, and she started off with a 45-point lead.
Yeah, there's history there. Yeah, probably a good idea to save.
Alright.
Strangely, this is the best place in the city for working shell games and changing forged coins.
Huh.
I mean, again, ACAB.
Want to steal from the police?
You have to ask.
That should do it.
And I love that Aveline gives no shits, either.
Yeah, well, given what's been going on behind the scenes.
Yeah. Phoenix in the chat. Blacksmith stuff is good stuff. Abso-fucking-lutely it is. I might be a bit biased, considering one of my friends used to be a smith during Ren fairs.
Uh-huh.
I've told you about that dude. He sometimes joins us for the Starburst campaigns.
Mm-hmm. Which is also playing tomorrow for those interested parties. Yeah, the Lore of Lias, we're playing more Starburst tomorrow, starting at 4:30 p.m. Central, which is 5:30 p.m. Eastern. That spy was a spy!
That spy is not one of ours! I need to play TF2 again.
Do you?
Look, it's better than Overwatch.
Do you mind if we make a trip to the Black Emporium?
Depends. What are you looking for there?
Well, it has some interesting goodies, for one. And also, we could change appearance if we wanted to. Plus, it's just kind of fun to poke around there.
Fair enough. Do we have anything we can sell there?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, fuck it. Yeah, we need to make those sovereigns. Yeah, like, again, this aesthetic.
Yeah. It's similar to, like, watching dominoes fall, too.
Yeah, there's just something inherently satisfying about it. Did we catch you at a bad time, my dude?
Thaddeus, stand straight. Places, everyone. Welcome to the Black Emporium.
We can give you a few minutes if you need it, my dude. I don't think minors should be watching here.
Manhandle the urchin.
Case in point.
He's not for sale. Find your own.
We have our own. His name is Varric.
He's not an urchin.
Oh god, these guys.
It's Thaddeus Gigantus Crambam the Third. He's my favorite.
Correction, he's my favorite. You know? I mean, look. Just look at that magnetism. Sure. I mean, oddly enough, it sounds like she's trying to pass a stone.
Yeah, it does. Meanwhile, Bethany is dealing with diarrhea, so...
I was gonna say, meanwhile, Varric's, like, putting together a line to sell tickets. It's like that scene from Airplane. Everything's gonna be okay! Hold on, let me calm them down. Everything's gonna be okay!
Come on, Varric. Yell for me! There we go.
Grown for me! We need to watch that again, too.
Yes. Anyway,
back to, Grandpa Nut over here. Let's see what his wares are.
Few people are worthy of an invitation, you know. They search the sewers for the Emporium and accost poor urchin. And I
Oh, well, thankfully I have my invitation here, right from the Mad Hatter.
to say, no, you are not worthy. Starve in the sewers. Except urchin never speak.
Like, this dude just legit sounds like a character from Alice in Wonderland.
yeah, a little bit.
Like, a cross between the Mad Hatter and Treebeard.
Of the prizes of my collection. Master socks. You can never have enough.
Fucking amen to that, brother.
So he has some pretty interesting stuff, but you may notice it's a mite on the expensive side. However,
Yeah.
he will also
there you
buy
go.
our shit. So, which is something that you mentioned actually doing. Alright.
Have we sold the fucking will?
That would be funny, actually. And we are now at 23 sovereigns, so we made back that donation easily.
Yeah.
Manner of crafting lore gathered from throughout Beta.
What are you doing with me?
Prices negotiable.
I mean, exactly what he was doing by himself before we interrupted.
Ah. Ooh, yeah, it has some interesting...
Crow venom.
Yeah, it says in, like, the Antivan crows.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say, I don't think that's how that works. Like, I know fucking platypi have Would the plural be platypi? Probably. Platypi have poison stingers, but crows, not so much.
Yeah, a little bit, basically. I was just kind of looking at those, but I think we're fine on that front.
Granted, they do have toxic personalities from time to time, but to be fair, when your primary means of getting food is scaring animals into traffic to become roadkill, that sort of goes without saying.
So,
also, what the fuck is that?
Is what?
That dissected Barbie doll.
It's, it looks like lyrium.
It looks like one of those screaming fucking plants from Harry Potter.
You know, that's probably what it is. This is the crafting table, after all.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's either that or Pinky got a hold of a fucking, like, Deku Sprite.
Also, be quiet for a sec. God, that was a long one.
I've been falling for 3 hours!
The box is screaming.
I was gonna say, so that's where Loki went.
I received the box from a man I met in the Silent Plains. He spoke little and would not reveal his name, for reasons I shall not detail here. I had been kidnapped and left for dead in that gray, wind-blasted wasteland. After days of walking, I was parched and close to death. I was about to dash my head on a rock to speed my passing when a man arrived. He possessed a water skin containing ample water for a person traveling from our location to the Imperial Highway. From there, he said I could find my way to Solus or Peravantio. Okay, but I could find my way to Solus. That's next game.
Yeah.
He offered to give me the water skin if I agreed to take 3 things from him: a glowing crystalline shard, a bronze sphere, and an iron-bound box with no hinges. I asked the man if he wished to have these items delivered. He said that he merely wanted me to have them. It was an odd request, but I was too weak and too desperate to think of much of it. And so I agreed. The man put the items into a leather sack, which he handed to me along with the water. "What about you?" I asked. He said nothing, only pointed in the direction from which I had come. There's nothing that way, I said. He merely smiled at me. I found the Imperial Highway about a day later, and a caravan driver agreed to take me to Paravantium in exchange for the large glowing shard. In Paravantium, I bartered the bronze sphere for new clothes and room at the inn. That night, I examined the iron-bound box and found no way to open it. I held it to my ear and thought I heard slow, measured breathing coming from within. My mind was afire with curiosity, and I obtained from the innkeeper a large hammer, thinking to smash the thing open. The moment my hammer touched the box, it shrieked. The shrill sound pierced the depths of my soul. I gave the box to the innkeeper in the morning and felt better for having rid myself of it.
Zach and chat. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, this continues to scream even throughout the rest of the game.
That tracks. So Zach and chat. Platypus, the cute, cuddly creature that, like every other Australian, wants to kill you.
Ready for June 9th? What's June 9th?
Yeah, I was gonna say, unsure what that is relevant to. See, every time I hear someone mention, like, Australian animals now, I think of that one song that talks about all the fucking horrific animals there, but then it goes to, but at least we don't have AR-15s.
Plebeian items. Take what you like. No charge. No charge.
I mean, you do you, my dude.
You hear me?
I don't think he can. He doesn't have ears.
And so,
also,
free stuff.
Also, those are dwarven sarcophagi, are they not?
Where? Ah,
There.
yes. Something like that.
Yeah, I assume because of the fucking beards and the size.
That's racist.
Yeah. Oh, Loki is coming out June 9th.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, the Loki Netflix series.
Well,
I mean, that's fair. I did reference Loki earlier, so.
Oh yeah, that is indeed fair.
Yeah.
Oh, that even reminds me. Let's see.
The Deep Green. It's an interesting name.
Yes, it's for mages primarily.
That's another aesthetic I really dig. Like, shit made out of, like, green stone. Like, not necessarily emerald, but, like, it's sort of somewhat swirly and a mix of different shades of green.
No, do not destroy.
I mean, it's probably fairly obvious to most people who watch both Lore's channels and mine, but green is, in fact, my favorite color, so I suppose I am biased.
You are based.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I would agree with that, but...
The pickled apples of Arluthon.
Now that's an interesting idea. Pickled apples.
I expressed my incredulity to the shop's assistant, who coldly noted that he did not like my implication. He insisted that every article in the Black Emporium was genuine, no fakes, imitations, or cheap knockoffs. I must have appeared unconvinced, for the assistant narrowed his eyes at me and disappeared into the bowels of the shop, returning several minutes later. He removed the jar of pickled apples from its display case and proceeded to carefully, reverentially remove the wax seal from the lid of the jar. I watched with fascination as the jar was opened and a single rosy apple pulled from it. It looked as if it had been picked just that day at the peak of ripeness. With a paring knife, the assistant cut the tiniest sliver of flesh from the apple and presented it to me. The flavor of that one small sliver was astonishing. It was as close to the perfect apple as there ever was. I was experiencing the essence of every apple ever eaten, and that will ever be eaten. When it was over, the sense of loss that filled me was sharp enough to move me to tears.
This sounds like an excerpt from a romance novel.
The rest of the apple was returned to the jar, which was then resealed. I paid 5 sovereigns for that single taste, and I believe I got the better end of the bargain.
You know? Sometimes you just want a good apple.
Andraste in nude repose. Can stone lie with purpose?
No, but apparently it can stand that way.
Please, don't fondle Andraste.
Would you mind not ogling Jesus? Thanks. that reminds me, I don't necessarily remember this, but I remember my parents telling me that the first time I ever went to a church, because like my parents, you know, didn't raise either my sister or I to be religious in any way. My dad ended up an atheist and my mom agnostic, so we didn't really go to church for anything unless it was like an event for a piano recital or a wedding or something. But apparently the first time I went to a church, they brought me in, I took one look at the crucifix and went, oh my god, what the hell is that?
I mean, to be fair, like, we get used to the idea of what the crucifixion is. But, like, if you step back, it's horrifying. You are
it's just
literally...
a dude, like an emaciated dude nailed onto 2 pieces of wood. That's gonna catch a kid by surprise if they're not numbed to it.
Exactly. If you step back, it's a weird fucking practice. Okay, I say that.
Bit.
I don't want to be sitting here actually shitting on Catholics.
Oh, yeah.
I know, I'm just saying, it's still, I know that it's a holy image, I know that there's a reason for it, and we sort of just kind of take it for granted, but
yeah.
If you didn't know what the context was, you see a dude in death throes, depending on exactly how explicit the crucifix even is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, it's did not spare the details. I'll say that much from what I can vaguely recall.
So
How about we see what we can do to help out Anders?
good idea. There are 14 circles of
Never a
magi.
shortage of idiots who think they can take the streets in the dark, but good reward in getting rid of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And don't forget
more you
that's
know.
all after carrying that cross up a hill, wearing a crown made of thorns and plenty of whippings and stabbings. He was
Yeah.
stabbed twice.
I thought it was more than that. Then again, I've never read anything from the Bible. I'll say that fucking much. So you'll excuse me, chat, if my religious knowledge base is somewhat limited.
I mean, yeah, there's at least the one stabbing that I know of for sure, but I think it was a couple of times. And it's real fun, too, because Stigmata is super fun. It's literally based around the concept of you develop holes on your body where Jesus was hurt during his crucifixion. And that can mean, like, little, pinpricks around the head from the crown of thorns. That one of the most common ones is the holes in the hands, as well as in the feet. Some people get the stabbing of the spear.
Yeah. Also, fun neuroscience fact for some of you in the chat. Stigmata can actually fucking happen if your brain believes in it enough.
Yep, if you believe, that's just it. Your body will actually start to deteriorate parts of your body if you honestly and if convinced your brain that you are getting holes in your hands.
Yeah, see, the brain is designed in such a way that, if you believe strong enough that your body is, experiencing some sort of infliction or damage, the brain, the nervous system, the peripheral nervous system specifically, can actually make that happen. It's scary shit.
The brain is terrible that way.
We really are. We're too terrible to our flesh mechs.
And then there's just this dude.
Yeah. And then there was... Huh?
Garrus? What are you doing? Garrus!
Being a cat.
Garrus! What are you doing? Aw, he's just stalking me.
Well put, Ian. The brain is great and all, but...
Yeah, exactly! Oh my god!
Well...
Oh my god!
You know? I don't think there's any coming back from that. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Can I help you?
Yeah, excuse me, sir, you got a little something right there. Now you got it. It's permeating with fart gas.
Doop-doo, steal their shit.
So who's gonna tell the families? Not it.
I mean, we won't have to worry about it. In a few seconds, they'll all disappear into the ground, so...
True, well, let nature take its course.
Honestly.
They've become one with the Force. I did not mean for that to rhyme.
Let nature take its course. They have become one with the Force.
The Sand People will be back, and in greater numbers.
I saw Carl go inside a few minutes ago. No Templars so far. Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Ready as
Didn't
I'll
see
ever
anyone
be.
suspicious out here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this fast.
That song's still a fucking bop.
I'll
Oh,
handle the
absolutely.
talking. You watch for Templars.
Tangled the series did not need to go that hard.
And yet...
But I suppose if you have Jeremy Jordan in your cast, you gotta.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of a prerequisite at that point.
Like, God, his top fucking notes in that song.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to him.
Oh my god, what the hell is that?
What?
Just calling back to my story. Because we're in a church.
Oh. Sorry, you randomly yelling in my head is,
Fair enough.
that put me off a little.
Sorry.
Well, there's Carl. Anders?
Carl!
Why are you running around the Chantry, Anders? Anders, Carl's right there.
He needs to get his steps in.
Anders, he's right there.
Again, me too is wondering what the hell is that?
I mean, to be fair, that's also kind of what the fuck right there.
A little bit.
Anders, you said you wanted to talk with him?
Yeah, anyway, let's get your boyfriend.
Like, I can watch out for Templars and shit. He's right there. Go ahead and,
Yeah, as much as I'm cool with you standing and looking directly into the sun all day, which is weird considering this is at night, we got a strict schedule to keep here.
Alright, well, if you're not going to.
Anders, I know you too well. I knew you would never give up.
What's wrong? Why are you talking like...
I was too rebellious, like you. The Templars knew I had to be made an example of.
No.
How else will mages ever master themselves? You'll understand,
Hawk's
Anders.
expression.
As soon as the Templars teach you to control yourself. This is the apostate.
No!
When mom doesn't give you tendies.
You will never take another mage as you took him.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, bye. Phoenix, I mean, that's a fair reaction. Yeah. They got more fart gas than blood in them. Which I suppose makes sense.
Anders, you okay, bruh?
Again, do you need to ask?
Whoa. Hi, Justice.
I don't think you guys thought this one through.
Like, it's literally an apostate known for being able to repeatedly evade the Templars.
He's going right in on your ass.
I will say this is impressive.
Little bit. Caught in the eye of the storm.
That's right through the pants.
Yeah. I mean, even you make it out of this, your lineage won't.
Anders, what did you do? It's like you brought a piece of the fate into this world. I had already forgotten what that feels like.
You know, realistically speaking, if this was really happening, I would probably be asking. Yeah, I thought you were fucking tranquil.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Tranquil were cut off from the Fade forever.
When you're tranquil, you never think on your life before.
That's not the response to the same thing I just said.
The Fade itself is inside Anders, burning like a sun. Please, kill me before I forget again. I don't know how you brought it back, but it's fading.
Carl, no.
Is there no other way?
Maybe we can find a cure.
Can you cure a beheading? The dreams of tranquil mages are severed. There is nothing left of them to fix.
I would rather die a mage than live as a Templar puppet.
I mean, it's your choice, my dude. So here's the thing. I feel like in this case, Peregrine would want to respect the wishes of this dude, but at the same time, she might not necessarily... Because I wish there were an option similar to when Aveline was losing her husband, where, like, it's not my decision to make.
Right.
I mean, we might as well do what he asks, so...
Okay.
My sister calls being tranquil a fate worse than death. Give him peace.
I got here too late. I'm sorry, Carl. I'm so sorry.
Now, it's fading. Why do you look at me like that?
Goodbye.
And yet she's the one blood splattered.
I know. Like, again, like, I can't take any of these things seriously when she's just bespeckled with gore. Which is ironic, considering normally you would take things very seriously under those circumstances.
So, let me guess. This is the part where you tell me
Well,
you're
she
an
cleaned up
abomination?
first.
Yeah.
You're wrong. But not far wrong. This is hard to explain. When I was in Amaranthi, I met a spirit of justice who was trapped outside the Fade. We became friends, and he recognized the injustice that mages in Thedas face every day.
First of all, spirit of justice?
And that's different than a demon.
Just as demons prey on the deadly sins of mankind, there are good spirits who embody our virtues. Spirits of compassion, fortitude, justice. They are the Maker's first children, and they have all but given up on us.
So, I'm not sure I would call him fortunate, but are you saying what I think you're saying?
What does this have to do with your eyes glowing?
To live outside the Fade, he needed a host. I offered to help him. We were going to work together, bring justice to every child ever ripped away from his mother to be sent to the Circle. But I guess I had too much anger. Once he was inside me, he changed.
You know, this sounds increasingly like a very bad nightly encounter.
I mean, like I said, bits and pieces of this sounding more and more like a romance novel.
Once he was inside me, he changed.
I mean, again, Kohai on the streets, senpai in the sheets.
Jesus Christ. All right, pick a response.
Sorry. That's the response.
Oh, that's your response.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This is obviously difficult for you.
I thought I was helping my friend. He would have died, I guess. If that even means anything. And he wanted to help me. He knew what mages have suffered.
You tried to help a friend. Surely no harm can come of that.
Fast
I
forward
wish
to
I
Act
still had your
3.
innocence. There was too much hatred in me. Justice thought he would overcome that. But my anger, when I see Templars now, things that have always outraged me, but I could never do anything about, he comes out. And he is no longer my friend, Justice. He is a force of vengeance, and he has no grasp of mercy.
This sounds like an allegory for toxic relationships. So, can you control this?
Can you bring him out at will?
No. He comes only when I've lost all power over myself. It's a madness, a frenzy. I only find out after what I might have done.
Can it be undone?
Can justice ever be separated from you?
I don't think so. The only way a spirit has ever been separated from a living host is by its death. The curses of my own making. All I can do now is hope to control it.
I mean, I do wish I could help, my dude.
You don't want to flirt? Okay.
Yeah, again, we're gonna be doing things a little different this time around.
Is there anything I can do for you?
You're the first one I've ever told this. Thank you for not running away. My maps are yours, as am I if you wish me to join your expedition. I thought I was done with the Grey Wardens. But if you have any need of me, I will be waiting here.
So...
Do we want to continue with our party as is? I mean, technically, Varric's slightly redundant right now.
A little bit. As much as I like Varric, we might as well see what we can do to improve relations with Anders for the time being. And not in that way.
I mean, it can also be that way, but I get what you mean.
Not while I'm calling the shots.
Well, you can't with Varric not there. Anyway.
I think this might also be a good place to save.
I was,
Yeah.
The guards don't get here often enough.
I wonder if Mother has received an audience with the Viscount yet.
So, we can actually have another conversation with Anders now. Yes, Garrus? What? There's a candle! Go ahead. Go on.
You know, I know there would be no reason for it, but I love how, like, everyone has their own, like, thoughts. He's like, the gods don't get here enough. I wonder if Mother would have liked this. Just click Anders. Sometimes I dream about cheese.
I mean, he probably would. Okay, so do you want to talk with him now?
Yeah, why not?
I had a friend like you once. Got in all kinds of trouble. Dragged me along. Didn't think I'd be doing that again.
I'm related to her,
I
actually.
got a bit weighty the last time we talked. Sorry for putting that on you.
Are you calling me a bit weighty? I mean, at this point, it does happen a lot.
So it happens a lot?
Actually, nah. I'm always willing to listen.
You can tell me anything.
Anything? Be careful what you offer. I hope I didn't seem too selfish when I told you about justice. I didn't know what would happen. I figured a willing host,
Sneaky flirt.
I was gonna say, he's gotten so used to you doing it, he took the initiative. Yeah, also, I'm sorry for telling you about my trauma. My bad. My dude, that's not how that works.
I mean, here's the thing. You know as well as I do that people who are used to being treated a certain way will often apologize for actually speaking about the way that they've been treated.
Oh yes, we both know people like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, on the one hand, no. I see what you're doing, motherfucker. I'm cracking the whip on this one. I mean, on the one hand, I can't necessarily say it was the right thing, but at the same time, I don't think, like, that doesn't make it right. Would be a little too crass. I mean, he thought he was doing the right thing in the moment, so we'll go with that.
It's a common trauma habit. Yes, exactly, Zach.
Yeah.
We can't always predict the outcome of our actions. We can only make them with a true heart.
Worded better, yes.
Wise and beautiful. You must have made a deal with some demons yourself. I'm sorry, I shouldn't presume. We've hardly met and I feel like I know you. Am I making you uncomfortable?
Jesus.
You can break any kind of romantic thing at any point. If you say yes, that actually does get you disapproval in the moment, because maybe it does. Maybe I did. I think I reinstated the mod for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, like, unexpected would be the most realistic one.
That's fair. And like I said, there are other ways that you can turn him down later.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I want you to stop.
Jesus.
I'll keep that in mind. growing up in the Circle, everything is about order and rules and the Templars. The apprentices, we found ways to make that bearable. Carl and I, he was the first. We could
Were
forget
we
that
talking
out
about
of
this?
the world, we were nothing but Templar slaves. We hadn't been together for a long time. But still, it hurt. It's the bloody Templars. They don't see us as people.
You just turn the
They
camera
don't
off for
care
a
if
sec.
Carl was someone's son, someone's lover. If you're born with magic, they hear about it. They search your little rat-spit village and find you. They tell your parents they'll be thrown in prison if they ever ask about you, stripped of their rights in the eyes of the Maker. And if you run away, they hunt you down, again and again.
Well, now I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. Yeah, you're getting angry, my dude.
You're starting to glow again.
And since yours is the only head here and I don't want to rip it off, I should stop. Yes, sorry. Besides, we have so much to do before the deep roads. Next time, I'll try to keep to more pleasant topics.
Would be appreciated. Don't make me get the taser out.
Oh,
Then again, I suppose you're a living taser, so it probably wouldn't help.
Well.
It's like putting a shock collar on Pikachu, you know?
Christ, my dude. Anyway, what do we want to do? I will say that the Creation School, he's useful for healing, and that's one of the other reasons why I tend to keep him on the party, because he's usually a dedicated healer. These are all largely support stuff.
I mean, healer, heal thyself.
He's already got heal activated. Do we want to boost that, or?
Might as well.
Okay. So there's that. Do we want to add to his offensive spell capacity?
It wouldn't hurt. Well, for the moment, it won't hurt, except those it's intending to hurt.
So I'm going to wager a guess. Would you like to do electric magic with him?
You know me too well.
I do. Chain lightning.
Fuck yes.
And I'm even going to save. Just to make sure. So he's got a little bit of boost of the heals, and he can also throw a lightning bolt.
Yeah. Also, apparently he's got a throbbing erection, so we should probably move on before he gets any ideas.
Game hiccuped there for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, well, BioWare.
Griffin, unlimited power!
Ow!
The refugees live. It's almost enough to make me grateful for Uncle Gamlen.
Don't get that in your head.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We send that motherfucker out for milk. If we're lucky, he'll take that as his cue to leave. Like most other fathers in this game, I imagine.
I love that, having not even seen any enemy remotely in the area, she just randomly goes up the stairs and draws her fucking weapons.
Look, she just had some random guy who's glow-in-the-dark hit on her. I can understand her being a little trigger-happy.
Alright, hello.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you want to do this?
It slices. It dices. It makes you question your life choices.
Well, I mean, she's not going to do any more questioning now. That's for
No,
sure.
but her relatives will.
I love the fucking...
The diorama of meat.
Did she lose a gear? What is that? Anyway.
Like clockwork.
Bethany, did you summon a firestorm? Was that actually necessary?
It looks like you were trying to kill them, and it worked.
Oh my god. It looks like you were trying to kill them, and it worked.
I fucking love it.
We do need to finish
Go watch Fly VR AI.
Yes. I feel like we need to continue with the watching the commentary on that again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Go subscribe to Wayne Radio TV and watch the Half-Life VR, but the AI is self-aware series. It is fucking amazing.
Huh? Oh, Hawk.
Alright, have a good night, Phoenix.
Since we did that job
Take care, my
for
dude.
Fenris. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the deep roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
It's a living.
We can't all make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying.
Excuse me, is that a threat?
You still in the market for some poisons?
This feels like a continuation of that threat.
Have their own
And nothing new.
You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
Yeah. Well, especially you, since you're clipping through your own. I can appreciate, I know this is a minor detail, I like the fact that they make all the elves Irish.
Well,
I mean,
not all of them.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, the ones that you can tell definitely have, like, that Dalish heritage. Like, it is very fitting, given, like, Fey lore in Ireland.
Seems like a better life than being a soldier.
Oh?
My brother was a soldier. It's all about taking land and serving some king you've never met. Guardsmen. They do something real. They protect people. They make their lives better.
I don't know if I agree.
Neither would my brother.
Meanwhile, Anders is like, what did I just get myself into?
Uh-huh. Your own damn fault, my dude.
A good man. It goes against all...
So...
Again! It's like, you can tell me anything. Carl was a good man. Moving right along.
Yep.
That's what you fucking get, my dude. Next time, offer to buy me dinner first.
I love how you just have this immediate, nope, I already watched you.
Uh-huh.
So, do we want to go home and get that letter?
Might as well. Christ on a stick.
Dropped off a message for you. It's on the desk.
Not that he didn't do
Which
his
one?
best to try and read it first.
What? I thought there might be something dangerous in there.
Uh-huh. I'm sure that was your same reason behind the will. Get fucked.
Carver never told you, but he was a bit jealous Amabari chose you and not him. Poor Carver. There's a good boy.
Don't worry. Carver's still with us today. After all, we did feed him the pinky. You see? You can still hear his voice sometimes.
You can still hear him whining to this day. Fuck you, sister! Oh my god.
Oh, I love it.
Do we want to talk with Gamlin?
Fuck no.
Okay. Hawk, I've got a lead for you. A merchant I acquire goods for told me that the workers have gone missing from his bone pit mining operation. He mentioned that the missing miners were Ferelden, which made me think of you. If you're interested, go hit up Hubert in the Hightown Market. A Thenril. Hit him up? What? I mean, that seems counterintuitive to working for him.
Yeah, I'm. Maybe the miners aren't missing in the bone pit. Maybe they've just contributed to the decorum.
Loose ends, also from a Thenril. Hawk, I know we didn't part on the best terms. You were right, I was just trying to squeeze more work out of you than was justified. You've more than paid your way into the city. It's been tight since you left, though. If you're looking for more work, for real coin in your pocket, come see me in Hightown. Anytime before sunset. A Thenril. Sure.
I mean, We do need them dollar bills, yo.
Hawk, this is also a Fenris. You might be interested in something that's come up. A contact of mine, a fellow by the name of Anso, is asking around for someone competent regarding a job, and I suggested you. He's always paid well, so if I were you, I'd check into it before someone else snaps it up. He said he'll be in the Lowtown Bazaar at night.
Like, this is like the litter equivalent of like when you send someone an instant message, but you don't see the little check mark next to it, so you keep sending more.
Yeah. Just to make some space in my inventory.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright. What are you laughing at, sir?
I'm still laughing over the fucking feeding our brother to the dog bit.
And then the dog...
Sometimes I can still hear his voice.
I mean, for now, I guess. I don't need that.
That's a fucking episode of Goosebumps I'd like to see.
Damn, son.
Damn, son, where'd you find that?
Alright. So, question.
Answer.
Do you want to recruit Fenris?
I'm trying to admittedly remember who that is.
Elf Edge Boy.
Oh, yeah, the illiterate one.
Wow! Wow! Wowie fucking wowzers!
I love him. That's what I remember him by.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh my god. Oh god. Let's see here. Well, how about to make sure we don't get hit on again? Let's bring Varric in on this. And then the ladies.
So no Anders?
Not for the time being.
That's also fair. He does not like Fenris. Fenris certainly does not like him.
Yeah, I mean, understandable. They're both kind of bastards in their own right.
Yeah, little bit. Says Kitty.
Man.
Also, this will probably end up being the last mission
thing
of
for
the
today.
night. Yes.
Yeah.
Getting rid of idiots.
It's killing mother to live
Frogs
in
who
this
target the
filth hole.
streets just because it's dark.
One at a
I got
time,
bad
ladies.
news. Sorry.
No, I was saying one at a time, ladies. Both of them talking.
Yeah. I got bad news for you, Varric. There's no getting rid of idiots.
Yeah.
Just look at our government. Oh, there
hi.
they are. That was almost up there with Watch There Be a Bear.
I mean, you're getting there, man.
Yeah. Teach me your ways, oh quirky one. It really do be satisfying to watch Hawk just get her hands dirty. Like, I'm just so used to watching her just like cast spells and like not that I'm like against, you know, playing as a spellcaster, but it's nice. It's refreshing to see her actually get up in there.
I loved that 1-2 there with Aveline coming up to help flank.
Look at this fucking album cover.
I know, right? Like, I love this. This right here, this angle. I'm gonna even take a fucking screenshot.
This actually would legit be a good cover for the game.
But I love, like, the spurt of blood and the arrows. Oh god, that's an unfortunate place.
A little bit.
But right through the heart, Aveline. Goddamn. Speaking of bears.
And you're too late.
Wow. Savage.
Yeah.
The streets aren't safe at night. We should do something about that.
Working on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say one puddle at a time, sis.
Hey, elf. No, you're not an elf. You're a dwarf.
Quite the opposite, unless you're counting Santa's group.
I'm having a day. Fuck off.
I guess so.
Sweet mother of Parth, you can't just run up on someone like that. Are you the human Fenris told me about? The one looking for work?
I actually do love this guy's voice. It's just got a particular quality to it.
Yeah. You're expecting maybe Santa?
Did you think I was going to attack you?
Oh, no. All right. Hope not. Anyhow, my apologies, human. I haven't been on the surface very long. I keep thinking I'll fall up into that sky any minute.
He's almost got a John Goodman quality to it.
Got jumpy every time he stepped outside.
What a bizarre thing to be scared of.
Now he's getting jumpy for different reasons.
I need some help. Rather badly, in fact. Some product of mine has been misplaced. The men who were supposed to deliver it decided not to. If you retrieve my property, I could reward you handsomely.
What kind of property are we talking here?
Just what did these men steal?
Did I say steal? I don't know if I would go that far. They seemed like perfectly reasonable smugglers. They smiled and everything. The goods are valuable, however, and illegal. And my client wants them very, very badly. You know how these Templars can be.
I mean, it would stand to reason if the Templars are involved, lyrium would also be involved.
And especially because they usually get lyrium from the dwarves, so...
Yeah.
You're smuggling lyrium to the Templars?
Maker's breath. Between the Chantry, the Carta, and the Coterie.
By the Paragons, not so loudly.
We're not wearing wires, my dude.
I'm not cut out for this. I should have taken that job sweeping stables like Mother insisted.
Maybe. I'll do it.
I'll get it back for you.
Sure. Add it to the list of things I'm accessory to.
Oh, thank goodness. The gentlemen conduct their business at night in a little hovel within the alienage. If you have to kill them, then I guess it can't be avoided. But I'm sure they'll be reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Aveline did not like that.
Yeah, that tracks.
But she shouldn't, so...
Yeah. It is in character, after all.
No, yes. It's what she should be doing.
Yeah.
Sure, add that to the list of things I'm accessory to.
That sounds like a logician line.
Yeah.
Of course, that's also implying that logician would ever agree to be a cop, which...
Nah.
Not so much. I don't think he would agree to fart in the direction of a cop.
God damn!
You know?
Also,
again, the teamwork making the dream work here.
Ow!
She'll get over it.
Either one of them. That's through a major artery!
This... I had to stop.
God.
I was about to say for Aveline, that's the most, like, metal upskirt shot I've ever seen.
I'm sorry, I was leaning closer to the mic when I did that. I'm so sorry.
I didn't even hear it. It's fine. God. Like, again, like, I know it's like the poison coming from the blades, but it looks like these guys have just got more fart gas in their systems than blood. Which, again, tracks for cops.
Look at this album cover.
Yeah? And I just remember these aren't cops, they're smugglers, but again, tomato, tomato. Leave them to the graboids.
That's fair. Not my waste of life, but not my choice.
I'm sure they'll be reasonable. Gentlemen, have a seat. I insist.
I love that the fireballs are absolutely Bethany right now.
Yeah. Wow. You just kick a bottle of piss at him. I love it.
But she didn't. Just getting codices. By the way, that is the appropriate word for multiple codexes. Codices.
Yeah. I believe it.
Alright.
I wonder if there's something sketchy about this abandoned house with the glowing arrow over it.
Look for the lit lantern.
Yeah. Even that fucking loading screen makes me remember another fucking aesthetic I love. Damascus steel. Like, that shit's really beautiful to me. Like, chat, if you've never seen Damascus steel, it's the specific type of steel that has these swirling patterns in it. Like, some people, like, make knives out of it. It's fucking gorgeous. Look it up. After the stream, of course.
They were clearly expecting someone.
Anso's goods are probably in that chest.
I mean... well...
It's empty.
Waste of bloody time. Who put us up to this?
I guess we had
The
no
dwarf.
choice but to go back to Anso and tell him.
You were there, Varric.
Yeah. Like, C's the only other dwarf in town. Who put us up to this?
Hey, there are plenty of dwarves in Kirkwall.
Like, Varric literally just, I pretend I do not see it.
Bioware really loves that one less to worry about line. Yeah.
Who is that?
It doesn't matter. We were told to kill whoever enters the house.
Anders?
You know, I guess he didn't take to being blue-balled that kindly.
Was the cartwheel really necessary?
She's a rogue.
You... Aveline. Again!
Quit spamming protect, you coward.
What? That's cheating!
Only we can cheat. I mean, mod.
Seems to be
It is, in fact, unhealthy to get on our bad side.
Yeah.
Wow, the game's getting a little choppy. Good thing that this is going to be the last mission for the night.
Oh, yeah. Also, the fuck is up with this tree?
Oh, the Venedal?
Yeah.
It's an elven alienage, and that's how they paint the bases of it. It's basically their, well, acknowledgement of their history.
That's fair.
It's a tradition.
Very festive.
Oh, yes.
Especially now that it's caked in blood. Anyway.
It's...
I don't know who you are, friend, but you made a serious mistake coming here.
Gamlin?
I think you made a serious mistake with that haircut.
Lieutenant, I want everyone in the clearing, now!
Captain!
Your men are dead, and your trap has failed. I suggest running back to your master while you can.
You're going nowhere, slave.
I am not a slave.
I'm a JRPG XP.
I apologize. When I asked Anso to provide a distraction for the hunters, I had no idea they'd be so numerous.
A Dragon Age stream, I expect complaints about the other games are better. Oh, he's never gonna be president now. Alright. So.
I mean, distraction?
You were responsible for this.
I'm the reason you're here, yes. My name is Fenris. These men were Imperial bounty hunters, seeking to recover a magister's lost property, namely myself. They were trying to lure me into the open. Crude as their methods were, I could not face them alone. Thankfully, and so chose wisely.
Let's investigate this shit, so... You're an escaped slave?
That seems like a lot of effort to find one slave.
It is.
But you're no ordinary slave.
Does this have something to do with those markings?
Yes. I imagine I must look strange to you. I did not receive these markings by choice. Even so, they have served me well. Without them, I would still be a slave.
I mean, I've seen Stranger so far, my dude.
Yeah. I actually, once upon a time, had a mod that put Fenris in a different outfit. One that covered up his arms, so that particular cutscene was always hilarious because it's like, yes, I imagine, because it focuses on his arms.
I must seem strange to you. Mainly this modded outfit. Definitely not my style. So, why face them at all?
If you couldn't fight them, why not just run?
There comes a time when you must stop running, when you turn and face the tiger.
I mean, you would know. You're striped like one.
You want to ask so there's no job, or?
I mean, I think we've pretty much deduced as much at this point, so let's go to return. And then, yeah, I mean, slavers do deserve their fate.
If they were really trying to recapture you, then I'm happy I helped.
I have met few in my travels who have sought anything more than personal gain. If I may ask, what was in the chest? The one they kept in the house?
It was
Jack and shit.
I suppose it was too much to hope for. Even so, I had to know.
What'd you think was in it?
You were expecting something else?
I was, but I shouldn't have. It was bait, nothing more.
So I mean, is that all, my dude?
All that for an empty chest?
No, there's more.
Whoa, hey, what are you doing in your spare time? Is
Former master accompanied them to the city. I know you have questions, but I must confront him before he flees. I will need your help.
Confront him?
It sounds like you intend to do more than just talk.
Daenerys wants to strip the flesh from my bones. He's sent so many hunters that I've lost count. And before that, he kept me on a leash like a Qunari mage, a personal pet to mock Qunari custom. So, yes, I intend to do more than just talk.
I mean, I don't think this dude has, like, much money to hand over, so lead the way.
If it means fighting more slavers, I'll help you.
Fuck
I will find a way to repay you. I swear it. The Magister is staying at a mansion in Hightown. Meet me there as soon as you can. We must enter before morning.
So Aveline just regained what she lost for being involved in this, so...
No love lost.
Damn it! God damn.
Who's up for salsa? Jesus fuck.
Just look at Hawk, fucking clean house.
I know. Well, the opposite, but...
Jesus!
This is gonna be some street sweep's nightmare come morning.
Doop-ba, doo-doop-ba. Nope.
Let's go, girls.
Oh, we can't leave during combat. Great. Thanks, guys.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Wow, we're making the same move here.
Yeah? A little bit. Anything you can do, I can do better. My polygon count is greater than yours. Just playing fucking leapfrog throughout the streets. Sharp little pinpricks.
Yeah, it's now we now know where their hideout is, so we can now... Oh, hi, Samson. Alright,
Yeah, got no time for your bullshit.
Go be a villain elsewhere.
Yeah, hi, stranger who I've never met before.
Of course, Griffin would pull out innuendos from any situation. Actually, I'm the one more likely to pull that out.
I've said this before, I'll say it again. She is the most sexual asexual I have ever met. Meanwhile, I'm the comparatively chaste one, and I'm a romantic.
I think it's actually... Huh. Alright. I'm actually going to take a second.
Go ahead.
To...
Yeah. I think that Dex is definitely going to need a boost.
Well, and now I can unlock even more complicated,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though why did you have to go and make things so complicated? pretends I do not hear it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I refuse to acknowledge you anymore. You can. So even just keeping up. Again, Aveline's just kind of in the middle. Varric's just kind of like, okay. I should also probably.
Ah, my word.
Alright.
No one has left the mansion, but I've heard nothing within. Denarius may know we're here. I wouldn't put it past him.
Who is this motherfucker?
I could stand to know a little more about this Denarius.
He is a magister of the Tevinter Imperium.
Oh, is that all? Nothing to worry about then.
There, he is a wealthy mage with great influence. Here, he is but a man who sweats like any other when death comes for him.
I mean... I would say... nothing like a prepared mage.
What's the worst that could happen?
I do not fear death. That does not mean we should be reckless.
Dr. Pepper, what's the worst that could happen?
So, who do we want to bring in with us?
Well, considering we're going to be dealing with a magister, why not fight fire with fire and get Fenris and Anders in here?
Well, Fenris is automatically in there.
Yeah. Let's also get Sis.
Okay, do you want Anders in there?
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting.
Oh, yes.
I am not afraid of you, Denarius.
Didn't you just say we should not be reckless?
Mm-hmm.
Shouting out to him that we are here.
What
you don't.
is that?
Clue number one, that he might be a bit unhinged. Damn, he sent them flying.
No, that's just part of their
Animation.
cycle.
Ah, gotcha.
He sends spirits to do his fighting for him.
Denarius, can you hear me? Your pets cannot stop us.
Beg part again. Fenris, my dude. Announcing your presence repeatedly to someone that you're trying to kill.
Yeah, you're about as stealthy as a ninja wearing orange.
Excuse me. Don't
To be
block
fair,
me.
you were herding them into the doorway like a fucking obstacle.
Okay, you guys are getting a little on my nerve here.
I mean... I think it'll be enough once it's dead. I love how this turned into a fucking game of whack-a-mole.
That's right, you heard me.
Yeah, you heard me. Whack-a-mole. I said it. I'm not afraid to admit it.
Just casually strut on up.
Yeah.
So, place we
Making your
need
way
to
uptown,
go.
walking
I
fast.
don't think I can do that.
Alright. Of course.
What was that movement? How did you stab in reverse?
That's the backstab move. The
okay.
Twin fangs.
Yeah, I didn't see that the swords were backwards. To be fair, that is one way to disorient one. Shove your face in their crotch and then stab backwards. That'd confuse me.
What doesn't confuse you?
Yeah, well, humanity has a way of doing that. Putting the logician back in his box.
You do that.
Can't guarantee it'll stay shut. There's a reason I put in air holes.
Again, Anders.
You say that as though it's something to be proud of.
I'll show you why mages are feared. We're trying to make them not be genocided, Anders, or at least you're trying to.
I would make a joking comparison, but sadly, because of the parallels this game is drawing, I'm going to choose not to make that joke. I do have some.
I'll show you why bitches get stitches.
See, that works much better. Come on, guys. Right next to the wine cooler.
I love the swoop motion of the daggers going back on her back.
Yeah. And of course, my meme dad ass can only think of Swoop the Whoop now. No, I deserve this one.
All set.
Hi.
It was nice of the Pope to pay us a visit.
Bye.
Oh, gone so soon?
Leave my sister alone. Let me out of this box.
Again, go watch Half-Life VR AI. You know what? Like, I just realized, like, the material they're made out of, it looks like fruit-flavored pudding skin.
I'd hoped. No, it doesn't matter any longer. I assumed Denarius left valuables.
I know, man. I was hoping they were grape-flavored, too.
If you wish. I need some air.
Yeah, it kind of smells of rotten here.
I'm a fire in my laser bois. The comment is just whack-a-mole with sharp sticks, you know? Alright, we got some looting to do.
Mm-hmm. As per usual. You see, our friend the cop probably wouldn't approve of all this post-murder looting.
I don't think she cares that much.
Just one more thing she's witness to. It reminds me of those fast-forwarded segments from, like, Ross's Game Dungeon. That's right, everyone. Shaw.
Shaw. I love that whole fucking thing.
I know. That's another video we should watch again.
Never ends.
Look at this fucking
to land of dark magic, only to have it hunt
J-pop
me at every
pose.
turn. It is a plague burned into my flesh and my soul. And now I find myself in the company of even more mages.
Alright, calm down, Hot Topic.
I saw you casting spells inside. I should have realized sooner what you really were. You harbor a viper in your midst. It will turn on you and strike when you least expect. That is in its nature.
First of all, that's my sister, and I've known you for, what, 5 minutes? So you're not impressing me so far.
Well, he doesn't know that it's your sister.
Yeah, so, yeah, Bethany's proven herself.
My sister is stronger than you think.
You tell him, sis.
She isn't the only one.
I'm not blind. I know magic has its uses, and there are undoubtedly mages with good intentions. But even the best-intentioned mage can fall prey to temptation. And then their power is a curse to inflict upon others.
No one
Said the dude with crack tattooed in his body.
I imagine I appear ungrateful. If so, I apologize, for nothing could be further from the truth. I did not find Daenerys.
That's like the most non-apology I've heard in this game.
Here is all the coin I have, as Anso promised. Should you find yourself in need of assistance, I would gladly render it.
Yeah, render this. So, let's see here. I mean, I imagine... Will the hunters return?
Do you think your master will keep chasing you?
He is too proud not to. Perhaps one day the hunt will cost him more than he is willing to pay, but I doubt that matters any longer.
So let's see. I mean, I imagine he wants him because he's a motherfucker and believes that people can be owned. Well, let's find Malbor. Bleh, language. I know how to use it. Let's find out more about Daenerys.
You said Daenerys is a magister, but little else.
In Tevinter, the magisters hold all the power. Over the Chantry, over the Imperial Court, over life itself. It is nothing for one to own a slave. Daenerys had many, but none he valued so much as me.
Let's investigate that shit.
Well, it's the same thing. Do you want to remark on the fact that he escaped?
Alright, sorry. I thought maybe there were more investigate options that opened up after that, but yeah, you escaped apparently.
Then how did you get away?
Is it not enough that I did? I carved my path to freedom in blood. I left
and magic.
Behind.
Don't forget magic.
These bounty hunters follow me no matter where I go. I will run no longer.
It would have been the same set of questions.
Okay, so let's return then.
You don't want to ask what he can do?
We've seen what he can do. So... Well, are you gonna work with mages, motherfucker? Take us or leave us.
Are you going to have a problem with my companions?
I will watch them carefully if we travel together. I can promise no more.
Again, watch this carefully. I mean, here's the thing. He's being an asshole, but he could come in handy.
I'm planning an expedition I might need help with.
Fair enough. Should you ever have need of me, I will be here. If Daenerys wishes his mansion back, he is free to return and claim it. Beyond that, I am at your disposal.
Yeah, well, now that we've got all the sketchy stuff out of the way, let's bring Aveline back in.
I just realized that I never opened up the flirt option there.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I know he's not your... Fenris rivalry.
Jesus.
Alright. That boy is recruit.
That boy ain't right.
Well. So the dude turned from ruining the stealth mission by screaming to turning into an edgelord. Yeah, that's how edgelords operate, actually.
Yeah, very much. Especially when they have giant fucking swords. And again, crack tattooed onto their body.
That, too. Although, supposedly, he didn't want that.
Yeah?
So... Wow, this went a little bit longer than I even anticipated. It's closer to 3 hours now. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a lot of fun, and I'm glad that despite my health not cooperating with me earlier, that I was able to continue on for this length of time for a full stream. But, it's...
I mean, that's just it. Nothing quite gets your mind off sickness than a motherfucker making a joke of your favorite game.
I guess so. I guess I'm down with the sickness. But yes, it is interesting to explore this game with someone else making the actual choices. I've even started... I've started a playthrough, where I'm literally making the... God. I'm doing literally the opposite. I'm siding with the Templars this time.
Yeah, like bizarro lore choices.
Honestly. So, just as a general announcement, I've made this announcement a couple of times now, but if you want to continue on with the story of the Lore of Laius, the Starburst campaign, we are streaming tomorrow. The plan is to start at 4:30 p.m. Central, which is 5:30 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be on the Cyrenia Studios channel, which is usually linked in the description of every one of these videos, as well as like in the About page and channel stuff. But we are streaming then. We're at an interesting point, and if you haven't yet actually been following along with the story, if you go over there, there is a playlist that actually that showcases the story up till this point. Usually we do a little bit of a recap anyway, and hopefully it's still pretty easy to follow along with what's going on. But I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. We're at an interesting point. I'm curious to see where these motherfuckers take us next time.
Yeah.
At the end, Dr. Octagonopus. Okay, there we go. But
I'll claim responsibility for that. That's my fault.
I did have fun today, despite my moments of, okay, that's your choice.
I love this.
Of course you do. You love my suffering. But I want to thank you, Griffin, for being the co-host I knew you were going to be.
Always a pleasure.
I want to thank you all of you guys for coming out to watch today. This is just here's the requisite calls to action that YouTube likes. If you want to support my channel, I do have Patreon linked, usually again in the description of every video. If you want to do a single time donation through Ko-fi.com, you can see that /mlorelei up on the screen. That's where you can do it. That's just basically like a simple tip jar thing, as opposed to the monthly commitment that Patreon is. Beyond that, even just watching my videos and the whole like, comment, subscribe thing is literally how they direct people to your channel. So whether it's here or especially over on Cyrenia Studios, thank you, Shikarian. Either way, you help the growth of either channel. I am admittedly trying to focus on getting Cyrenia Studios grown just a little bit more, although it's seen quite significant growth at this point. Anyway, all of that out of the way, again, I appreciate hearing from you guys. I'm glad you were able to come by today, and I do hope to see you tomorrow when we're streaming more of The Lore of Laius Starburst.
Hell yeah.
So, hope to see you guys soon.
Take care, everyone.